Okay, students, so we learn already an MLD rule. What MLD rules? It stands for uh, maximum likelihood decoding. What is the idea here? Idea is like this. So this is the let's say code C, and suppose we wish to send C bar from here, and this X bar is received word while C bar was code word. Then what we used to do, we used to find out such probability of X bar received under the condition that C bar is being sent. And what we used to do, we should do it for each of this. So we used to form such kind of send probability of X bar received, C bar sent, such that C bar belong to C, and we used to find out maximum out of that. And then what does decoding rule says? So wherever the maximum probability is there, uh, just decode it as Cx bar. So this is the maximum likelihood decoding we already seen, and you have seen that there are two types of MLD. The first one is CMLD, and another is what? IMLD. Here this C stands for uh, complete, and here this I stands for incomplete. You also know what you mean by complete. What it says, if there is a tie, that means if there are two fellows having such two maximum probability, then select one of them. Select one of them arbitrarily, and if it is again here is tie, then what it says, request a retransmission. Request transmission. Request uh, retransmission. So these are the two different things we have seen. Also seen some examples. In fact, in recently conducted midterm one also we have seen what I mean by uh, such kind of thing. Now we are going to learn an important concept of what which is called as Hamming distance. Yeah, it's very easy and very important. Hamming is the name of scientist. Okay, so what I mean by Hamming distance, it's like this. Suppose we will do an experiment. Suppose we are in BSc. What I mean by BSc, it is binary symmetric channel. It is binary symmetric channel, and we know that it looks like this. Here is 0, here is 1, here is 0, here is 1. If there is error, probability is p. If there is no error, then it is 1 minus p. Now this will be error, so probability is p. There is no error, so probability is what? 1 minus p. So this is a binary symmetric channel. We also know what I mean by communication channel, what I mean by memberless communication channel, and so on and so on. And we know that here this p is called as what? Crossover probability. P is called as crossover probability. Now let us go further and do some little bit one some sort of experiment. Okay, so what kind of experiment I am supposing? Yeah. Uh, Now again we will find out. Suppose C bar is the code word sent across the channel. You know, a channel means communication channel, and suppose the communication channel is noisy enough. Okay, and because of this we would so this will be called as received word. That means definitely this fellow is not a part of C. You know that there is some sort of convention in which the members of C are called as code words, and members which are not the part of C are called as just words. Okay, and suppose X bar and C bar are of same length, are of same. This is the assumption, are of same length. Say n. So length is same, which is n, and what is one more thing, and e is the number of places, and e is the number of places at which X bar and C bar differs. So what is this actually? For example, my n is, let's say, 3. That means suppose x bar and c bar both are the words of let's say length 3, and suppose my c bar is, let's say, 0 1 0, and suppose my x bar is, let's say, 1 1 1. Then what is e? You can just see now the first place. In the first place, here, uh, this 0 and 1, they are not same. Okay, but now 1 and 1 are same, so we don't need to count. Again, this third place is not same. So actually, x and x bar and c bar differ at how many positions? Two positions. So that I mean by this uh, this thing, that the places at which and they used to differ. Okay, fine. So what is the next thing that I want to do? Again, I want to find out such probability of x bar received under the condition that what, c bar is being sent. Now we know that both are the words of length n, so I will just write down x bar as x1 x2 xn. So actually x bar is just some sort of tuple, so this is received under the condition. So c bar is, let's say, c1 c2 cn, it is being sent. Then you know that this is a binary symmetric channel, so wherever there is error, that means probability will be p, and whenever there is no error, probability will be 1 minus p. But now x bar and c bar differ at e position, so definitely, so this will come out to be what, p raised to e, p raised to e into 1 minus p raised to n minus e. Okay, so this also we seen in the last lecture how this is to come. If still you are not comfortable, you can ask me this doubt, no issue. Okay, fine. Now what does mld says? Mld says that we need to maximize this probability. For that purpose, we know that in a bsc we used to assume that crossover probability p is less than half, p is less than half, so multiply both sides by -1, so the inequality gets changed. Now add 1, so this uh, if I add 1 on both sides, so 1 minus p will be bigger than half, 1 minus p will be bigger than half, and you know that half is bigger than p, so therefore 1 minus p is bigger than p. So in this product, 1 minus p is bigger, so it means if you want to increase this probability, if you want to maximize this probability, so this part should contribute more, and this part will contribute more provided this n minus p is more. Okay, and n minus p, n minus e is more provided e is small. Okay, so therefore probability of x bar received c bar sent will be maximize, will be maximize for more smaller values, for more smaller values of e. So but what was e? E is the number of positions at which x bar and e bar, x bar and c bar differs. Okay, so म्हणजे आपला काय पाहिजे बघा. So this x bar and c bar must differ, must differ at less number of positions, at less number of positions. If we could have this, then and then this probability will get maximized. So because of which the scientist Hamming has thought of defining Hamming distance like this. Okay, so generally we used to learn definition, but rarely we used to see the logic behind it. Not we, it is just a pattern of most of the textbook, but here they have given it like this. Okay, what is this? Let x bar comma y bar be words of length say n. So that means they may be a part of c, or they may, so the word, that means they are general fellows. Okay, suppose x bar and y bar are words of length n or some alphabet, let's say over alphabet. Let's say, you know what is my alphabet? Alphabet means what? We are using the code symbols, code alpha, we are using code symbols from a. Okay, then there is one notation, d of x bar comma y bar. Okay, it means, it means Hamming distance, it means Hamming distance between the words X bar and Y bar. See, in your textbook, X bar and they do not used to put bar at the head of X and Y, but in order to distinguish between the scalars and vectors, I'm just putting bars, so it will easy for you to distinguish. And how they have defined it, how they define it to be the number of the number of positions at which x bar and y bar differs, number of position at which x bar and y bar differs. Okay, so that is the meaning of Hamming distance. So one more way of looking at this, so suppose my x bar is x1 x2 xn, or one, if you are not comfortable with this notation, you may write down as x1 x2 xn. And suppose my y bar is, let's say, y1 y2 yn, so you may write it as y1 y2 yn. Then what I mean by d of x bar comma y bar, it is nothing but d of x1, because we used to compare the corresponding fellows, d of x1 y1, d of x2 y2 plus d of x and yn. Remember, d of x bar comma y bar means distance between two vectors, x bar and y bar, but d of x1 comma y1 means what? Distance between two scalars. Yeah, remember here x bar is a here you can just see that uh, this entire fellow is a vector. Okay, but the fellows, each of the fellow here will be a scalar. Okay, so just keep it in mind what we are doing. So so for understanding purpose, or we will just write it like this. It is what? Summation d of x I comma y, where I running from what? 1 to n. But now you may be curious to see what is this d of xi comma yi. So we define d of xi comma yi to be 1 if xi is not equal to y, and it will be 0 if xi is equal to y. It is just like distance that you have seen in your discrete metric space in your real analysis course. Okay, so that is that is the meaning of this Hamming distance. So let me just take some examples. So example, suppose my code alphabet is, let's say, 01, and suppose my x bar is 110, and suppose y bar is, let's say, 010. Then what will be d of x bar comma y bar? Let's count the number of positions. So at the first place they are different, so put 1. At second place they are same, so just put 0. Third place they are same, so again put 0. So distance between x bar and y bar equal to what? 1. So what I did, so this 1 means actually d of x1 comma y1, this will be d of x2 comma y2, and this last 0 is d of x3 comma y3. So that's what we are doing. Suppose now your code alphabet is, let's say, a equal to f3, so this is what? 0 1 2. And suppose your words are like this, x bar is 1 1 2 0, and suppose y bar is 0 1 1 2. Now we don't need to actually compute everything. You can just see over here, first position is different, it will count as 1. Second position is same, 0. Third position different, again 1. Last position is different, so again 1. So what is distance between these two things? Distance between these two words is again what? 3. Okay, now there is one easy proposition which I will not prove, I will just state it over here. So if proof is given in the textbook, you can just go through it, and still if you are in a difficulty, you can just ask me. So proposition 2.3.3. So what they're saying, let x bar y bar z bar be words of length n over alphabet, let's say a, or alphabet, let's say a. Then uh, then the first thing then the first thing is like this. Okay, first thing what they want to, so d of x bar comma y bar. So you know that distance between two, if x bar and y bar are both are same words, then distance could be zero. That means distance is always non-negative, and at the most distance will be what, n. For example, if I take x bar as n tuple 1 1 1 1, and again y bar will be n tuple 0 0 0 0, so they will differ at each position. So at the most distance between two fellows is n, and like this. Okay, so second thing, uh, d of x bar comma y bar equal to 0 if and only for x bar equal to y bar. So if distance is 0, provided both are same, so this is also quite easy to prove. Then d of x bar comma y bar will be same as d of y bar comma x bar. So this is called as some sort of symmetry, and this part and this part is called as non-negativity in your let's say analysis course. Okay, and this part is called as some sort of equality in your real analysis course, or maybe inner product space course, and this part is called as symmetry. And the now I know you are sincere enough to see what is the next property. Next property will be like this: d of x bar. So here till this, for three things there is no z bar. Now z bar is coming into picture, so that means ultimately we are talking about such kind of thing. It is less than equal to d of x bar comma y bar plus d of y bar comma z bar. And you know that such kind of thing is called as what? Triangle inequality. Such kind of thing is called as triangle inequality. Okay, such kind of thing is called triangle. So we just go through it and try to prove it, or maybe submit as an assignment. Okay, so fine. Yeah, uh, I'll go further, and I will just uh, describe one more kind of decoding, that is called as nearest neighbor, nearest neighbor, or minimum distance decoding rule. So in short we will call as MDD. In short we will call as MDD. Remember, earlier we have seen MLD. What was this MLD? M stands for maximum, L stands for likelihood, D stands for decoding. But here now this M stands for not maximum, it stands for minimum. So this is minimum, this D stands for distance, and this last D is as usual stands for decoding. So it is also important, and and in subsequent chapter we are going to use only this decoding. Okay, minimum means same as this nearest. So what is this again? This is quite easy. The same sort of experiment. This is capital C. The members of this capital C will be C bar. That means they are code words. And suppose here is some channel which is noisy, and if we send it across a communication channel, suppose this x bar is received word. Okay, then what will you do? We will just find out this d of x bar comma c bar. We will collect all such distances. That means suppose c bar contains, let's say, 10 fellows, c1 c2 cn, c1 c2 c10. Then we'll find out d of x bar comma c1 bar, then d of x bar comma c2 bar, then lastly d of x bar comma c10 bar, and we'll just collect them in one set such that this c bar belong to c, and we will find out its what, minimum. Why minimum? Because the rule is, it says minimum distance decoding. That's why we are doing it like this. Then as usual, this will be, I will find it out, and I will just uh, decode this received word to what, this cx bar. Okay, what it says, decode x bar to what, cx bar. That is the meaning of minimum distance decoding. Okay, so again, so this is MDD. Again there are two types, CMDD, and there is what, IMDD. So meanings are same. This, whatever the first C is there, so first C stands for complete, It means what? If there is a tie for two minimum distances, choose one of them arbitrarily. This I stands for, see, IMDD, that means incomplete minimum distance decoding. I stands for incomplete, that means if there is a tie, again request for retransmission. So meanings are same. So let's see one example. Example is like this. Okay, suppose again we are talking about let's say BSC, because we need to fix up the channel. Okay, then uh, let's say what we will do, we'll do it like this. Yeah, and suppose my code is like this. Yeah, so this is 0000, then 0011, then 1000. Let's say this 1100. This is, let's say, 0001, and last one is 1001. Okay, suppose the code words from this code are sent over BSC, and suppose uh, the received word is let's say x bar is equal to 0111. Okay, you can just see that, such kind of fellow is not present over here. Okay, so that is the main objective behind decoding, because see, if this fellow is among this set, then there is no chance of, we may be in a false impression that there is a proper communication, that means communication doesn't fail. But once we know that this x bar is outside this set, then communication is failing, and that's why we need to do a decoding. So what does this minimum distance decoding says? Whatever received word is there, find out its Hamming distance from each of the code word from this set. Okay, now you can just see that distance between this and this is how much. I think distance is 3. Now distance between this and this, how much? First place is same, second is different, only second is different, so distance is 1. Now you can just see distance between this and this. So first space is different, all spaces are different. The distance is 4. What is distance between this and this? First place is different, second place is same. mm, I think distance is 3. Okay, now you can just see what is distance between this and this. First place is same, second place is different, third place is different, so distance is 2. And lastly, distance between the first place is different, second and third place are also different, and last place is same, so distance is what? 3. Distance is what? 3. And you can just see that among these distances, which distance is minimum? Which distance is minimum? This distance is minimum. So what does this rule says? uh, so I will just, that means we are just doing like this: d of x bar comma c bar, such that c bar belong to c, and we are going to find out minimum out of that. So find out this minimum. So what is the first distance is 3, then next distance is 1, next distance is 4, next distance is 3, next distance 2, and 3. So among that, minimum is what? 1. Minimum is what? 1. uh, Minimum is 1. So but that minimum 1 is achieved because of distance between these two. So what does this rule says? Decode this received word to this fellow. Okay, therefore x bar is equal to 0111 will be decoded to 0011. So this is the meaning of minimum distance decoding. So students, be alert to see the difference between MLD and MLD means maximum likelihood decoding, and the next one is minimum distance decoding. In minimum distance decoding, the in MLD we just used to find out the probabilities between a received word and the code words that has been sent, and we used to collect them in one set, and we used to find the maximum out of that. In minimum distance decoding, what we should do, we used to find out, instead of probability, we used to find out distance between received words and the code word that has been sent, and we used to collect them in one set, and then we used to find out the minimum. The agenda is same at the both the places. Okay, just in the first maximum likelihood decoding, we used to find the probability, and we used to find out maximum probability. In a minimum distance decoding, we used to find out the distances, and we used to find out the minimum out of that. So the things are same. Okay, so fine. So I hope this is being clear to you. Okay, so let's go for one theorem. The theorem is like this. Theorem for BSC with crossover probability. Crossover probability means what? Is the error probability. With a crossover probability p less than half, what it says, MLD rule is same as MDD rule. Yeah, it's very nice kind of thing. What it says, if you are in a BSC and if you are in a binary symmetric channel with a crossover probability, with crossover probability means error probability p less than half, then whatever two rules we have seen, the two rules are not different, they are same. Okay, that means either you decoding via minimum distance decoding or either you do a decoding via maximum likelihood decoding, both are same. That is the meaning of this thing. The proof is also quite simple. Let's see. Let C be a code in discussion. Okay, and for decoding we want received word. Let x bar be a received word. So this is the received word. Assume it to be of length n. Okay, yeah, okay, and whatever c bar belong to c we are getting, it is again n tuple. It is also an n tuple. Is also an n tuple. And suppose members of x bar are, let's say, x1 x2 xn components, and members of c bar as or components of c bar as c1 c2 cn. Okay, then what will be let's see, this is very important step of uh, this thing, x bar comma d of x bar comma c bar. Suppose it is I. Suppose it is I means what? Suppose it is I means what? Suppose x bar and diff c bar diff at how many positions? I positions. Okay, but see, this thing is same as probability of x bar received under the condition that c bar is being sent. Now see, they are differing at I positions. That means it will be p raised to I into 1 minus p raised to n minus I. Yeah, so I know you may see some difficulty in understanding this, but it's very simple. See how this is simple. See, we have binary symmetric channel. X bar is just like x1 x2 xn, and c bar is c1 c2 cn. So x bar and c bar, if x bar and c bar, so if and only if, that means what? If this is true, then this will be true. If this is true, then this will be true. So this distance between x bar and c bar is I. That means what? They are differing at I number of positions. So at I number of positions, at I instances, we are getting error. That means p into p into p, how many times? I times. Okay, that's why p raised to I is coming, and remaining are 1 minus p. Then remaining, how many places are there? N minus I places. That means n minus I places don't have error. Whenever there is don't have any error, that we know that at that time probability is what? 1 minus p. Okay, so fine. uh, uh, so this is the important equation for us. Okay, so it says that whenever x bar and c bar depend at I positions, at that time probability will be like this, and whenever probability is like this, at that time distance is like this. Okay, so this is quite easy to understand. Okay, now what we want to prove, don't drift away from your aim. So what it says, MLD rule is equivalent to MDD in the case of such kind of BSc. Now remember, what is the crossover probability in this BSc? They have given it to be what? P less than half. So whenever p less than half, you can just check that. You can just see. So whenever p less than half, we have seen that 1 minus p is bigger than p. Okay. So then you can just see that p raised to 0 into 1 minus p raised to 0, 1 minus p raised to, sorry. So what will I do? Yeah, it is something like this. 1 minus p raised to n will be greater than p raised to 1 into 1 minus p raised to n minus e. So you can just check by, if you want, you can put up the values, or you can just see that uh, uh, if we find out. So how to find out a maximum? Finding out maximum is very simple. uh, See, 1 minus p is bigger than p. That means what? This quantity will be bigger provided this factor is bigger. Which factor? 1 minus p raised to something is bigger, and we have to compare this part only. And Such quantity will be bigger for smaller values of I. Here, what is the value of I? Value of I is 0, and here value of I is 1. So it's easy to see. Similarly, this will be bigger than p square into 1 minus p raised to n minus 2. And what is the last one? Last one, this is greater than p raised to n into 1 minus p raised to 0. So I will just call this expression as expression. This is not equation, this is expression. Yeah, this is true. Okay, so now let's see what does MLD says. MLD says that just find out such probability of x bar is to c bar send will be uh, it will be or instead of saying like this, I should say somewhat else. I should say somewhat else. What I should say, uh, what does MLD rule says? MLD rule uh, decodes x bar to c bar for largest for larger probabilities, for larger probability. That means this value should be maximum for any c bar belong to C. Okay, but we know that this will be larger provided or this probability will be see, you can just see that the biggest one is this one, biggest one is this one. Yeah, so if you take a maximum among all, if you collect all the expressions from these two, so what will the maximum? See, you can just see that this value is maximum, this value is maximum. Okay, this value is maximum, and this value will be this value is maximum. This actually, what is this? P raised to n minus n into 1 minus p raised to n minus 0. Okay, and this probability is maximum provided the value of I actually. So you can just see that, you can just see what is this expression. Actually, this probability of x bar c bar will be p raised to I into 1 minus p raised to n minus I. So this is the uh, uh, mm, what should I say? Am I doing it correct or am I doing it wrong? Yeah, yeah. You can just see that this probability is maximized provided we should aim on this factor, and this part will be bigger for the smallest value of pi. But what is the what is the smallest value of pi is what? 0. So distance is what? Minimum. So distance 0, distance is minimum. Okay. So that's why what should I write? I should it write MLD rule decodes X bar to C bar for larger probability. Uh, that is that is such that D of X bar comma C bar is the smallest. In short, probability maximum क्या हुआ असेल जेव्हा I ची व्हॅल्यू कमीत कमी असेल. इथं I ची व्हॅल्यू काय आहे? 0 आहे. Yeah, we need to concentrate on this factor only because this 1 minus p is greater than p. Okay, so that's what we want. Yeah, in MLD rule we want a largest probability, and in the minimum distance decoding we want what? The smallest distance. Yeah, so that's why they are saying that this MLD rule is same as MD rule in the case of uh, BSC. BSC means what? Binary symmetric channel. So let's go for one important notion. Now there are some solved examples. So I'll just request all of you to go through this example 2.4.4 on page number 11. If you are not able to get it, just contact me. I will just explain you. Okay. So then now let's see an important notion of distance of a chord. Let's learn an important notion of distance of a chord. Okay, so uh, uh, before going further, I'll just stop here and then we'll see it in the next class.